Specialists have been a point of controversy for the last couple of years of the Call of Duty community. They were first introduced in Black Ops 3, although the idea was around in various Call of Duties before it. But anyways, when specialists were first introduced into Black Ops 3, they were nothing more than just a weapon or an ability that charged up over time in a match. And that was pretty much it. Nobody really thought much of it at the time, like it wasn't the best thing ever, but it certainly wasn't the worst thing about Black Ops 3. After Black Ops 3's life cycle was done and over with, Infinite Warfare released. They pretty much did the exact same thing as Black Ops 3, except this time around they were called rigs and they were robots instead of humans, but like gameplay wise it was essentially the same idea as Black Ops 3 Specialists. Again, nothing major, no one really hated the idea, no one really liked it had a mixed reception, but they weren't at all the focus of the negative energy and criticism that Infinite Warfare received. Then following Infinite Warfare came COD World War II, where they also had specialists, but it didn't work in the same way as Infinite Warfare and Black Ops 3 did. Instead, each specialist, or as they called it in World War II, divisions, each division gave you a certain set of perks that included things like attachments and gadgets. They weren't overpowered weapons, they were just small gadgets and perks. And in Black Ops 4, that's when shit really hit the fan. You see, in Black Ops 4 Treyarch were trying to make the game more tactical and competitive, and before the game's launch, there were dozens of rumors coming from industry sources that said things like Treyarch were trying to make the multiplayer more competitive by making the game modes, specialists, and maps kind of more objective oriented, and actually a lot of Overwatch comparisons were made. And again, according to these articles, playtesting did not go over well. The playtesters hated the multiplayer, and what's pretty much common consensus at this point is that the multiplayer that we have now in terms of like objectives, game modes, skill streaks, and all that stuff was pretty much made in less than a year. Now what does this all have to do with the BO4 specialists? Well, what I just did was kind of set the scene for what I'm about to describe. I just gave you just an overall brief summary for what's about to come next, which is the BO4 specialists. The specialists in Black Ops 4 are just terrible. They are horribly balanced, they are fun to play with, but they are extremely annoying to play against. And the problem with the BO4 specialists is that pretty much every player in the match, over time, will at some point or another have an extremely powerful weapon/ability that they did not earn or deserve. The reason why kill streaks work so well in Call of Duty is because yes, almost all of them are overpowered machines that you sometimes can't even control, and they will still give you a bunch of kills, but you have to earn them. That's the catch. You have to earn them. In Black Ops 4, you don't have to do shit to earn your specialist equipment. They just charge over time. You can literally be AFK and you would still get your specialist equipment at some point. And yes, getting kills and playing the objective does make it faster, that is true, meaning that the good players will get these abilities more often and can use them more than once in a single match. But what this also means is that the shittiest fucking players can also have the potential of one-shotting you by simply just pressing 2 buttons at once. There have been matches where I literally went fucking negative, but then went ahead and got a quad feed with Ruin's gravity spikes. My point is that I think with Black Ops 4 Treyarch went too overboard with the specialists this time around, and I think pretty much a majority of the Call of Duty community can agree with me on that statement, and I can happily say that Modern Warfare officially won't have specialists. Well, kind of. You see, in Modern Warfare, they have these characters that are called operators, which are characters that you play as in the multiplayer, and they have their own distinct backstory, nationality, appearance, and also character dialogue. We know this information from the 3 different versions of the game that can be pre-ordered right now. I wouldn't personally recommend doing so, but if you want to, suit yourself. So far, the 3 operators have been confirmed as pre-order bonuses for buying the Operator Edition and the Operator Enhanced Edition of the game. First, we have the Crew Expandable Operator Pack, which contains an operator named Otter, a themed operator skin which is a special operations with a gas mask, and a cosmetic weapon variant which is a short-barreled pump-action shotgun designed for close encounters. In fact, that phrase is scratched into the stock. The weapon also comes with oil and surface markings. And secondly, we have the All Gillied Up Operator Pack, which includes an operator named Grinch, a themed operator skin which is a full sniper ghillie suit, and a cosmetic weapon variant that is a bolt-action sniper rifle in camouflage with addition netting and suppressor, and what seems to be coordinates scratched on the surface of the weapon above the trigger near the bolt carrier. And last, but certainly not least, is the Warpig Operator Pack, which includes an operator named Watt, a themed operator skin, which is a ground infantry desert camouflage with attack vest, and a cosmetic weapon variant, which is a pistol with a lightweight custom trigger, flared magwell, grip with custom stippling, accessory rail for mounting lasers or flashlights, and the war pig etched into the side. Now, first of all, what I think this confirms is that the variant system from COD World War II is making a comeback. Now, this game could have an entirely new system that we have never seen before, but from what we see in these pre-order bonuses, I think this could be a very possible outcome. And secondly, I think just reading the description of these weapons, we can already see how committed Infinity Ward is in making this game way more immersive than any Call of Duty game we have seen in the past. And I honestly think that these operators are the best solution to solving specialists, because although their abilities are hated, they do bring a sense of personality into the multiplayer, because before them, you would just be playing as a nameless, faceless soldier, but now you're actually playing as a genuine person who has their own motives and personality. And I think what Infinity Ward has done here is reach the perfect middle ground to satisfy both people who love specialists and the people who don't. And I honestly cannot wait to see more of these operators and weapon variants. Okay, so with specialists out of the way, let's get into our next hot topic for today, which is the zombies game mode, or to put it more accurately, the lack of a zombies game mode. Infinity Ward has confirmed that the third mode will be in fact Spec Ops, and there will be no zombies experience of any kind. And the reasoning for this is to make the game more connected and realistic. They stated that they want the three modes to be both connected to each other and feel like one game instead of three separate games. I really wonder what game they're referring to there. Anywho, they also stated that they want the three modes to be as realistic as possible and very grounded in reality, and they also promised weekly and monthly missions to keep the game mode fresh and exciting. And honestly, with the very ambitious story and missions that they have promised with the campaign, I'm sure that Spec Ops will be a very fun mode to play. My only concerns stem from its lack of replayability, because although Spec Ops is a really fun mode, it's not really known for being the most replayable thing in the world. You just play once or twice, maybe a couple of times, but that's it. And that's why I'm really glad that they promised us with these weekly and monthly new content for the mode. I just hope to God that they actually keep their promise of the new content and they just don't pull a Black Ops 4 on us. And I also hope that the content added will be worthwhile and will make the mode actually replayable and fun. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about in this video, which kind of ties in with my previous point about Spec Ops, is the fact that Infinity Ward has promised that there will be unified progression across all three modes. Now, they have said that they decided to do this so that the game would feel like a complete unified experience instead of three separate modes. Now, at the time of recording this, we really don't have that much information about what they actually mean by having unified progression. Like, does that mean that I can level up my weapons in Spec Ops and then play with that same leveled up weapon in multiplayer? Maybe, or maybe not. We really have no clue, and honestly, this is my closest guess to what that might mean. But if any information does get revealed, I will be sure to make a video about it as soon as I can. But anyways, this has been it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your comments and feedback down in the comment section below. What do you think about all these changes? Do you want zombies back, or do you miss Spec Ops and want to give it another shot? Leave all your thoughts down below. And if you happen to enjoy this video, I'll leave a like. And if you want more videos like this one, why subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. No Salt out.